you look at where's our money here in Africa, Angola, I cry for you, Nigeria, I cry for you. Where is that money going? We're not building for the future. Fifi also got a chance to speak to Prameshan Naidu, Managing Director for the Middle East and Asia at Absa Bank, to speak to him about some of the issues that he's seeing being addressed at the summit.
I think it's really exciting what is happening in Dubai in terms of their growth strategy, in terms of the development that we've seen over the last few decades and how the city has been able to transform itself. I think one of the standouts is that Dubai has been a city of vision and has been supported by the capital base that they have. And certainly in terms of the many conversations that we've been having with the likes of Dubai Chambers and some of the other businesses that are present here in Dubai, Africa is a key agenda point in terms of future growth opportunities, particularly given the demographics in Africa, the need for infrastructure, and the opportunity to essentially help to transform the continent. So these are all items that businesses in Dubai are thinking about, but certainly Dubai as a government as well is quite focused on. I understand that Dubai Chambers has increased the number of offices present in Africa, and I think that then talks to the fact that Africa is seen as an incredibly important and large growth opportunity for businesses that are based here in Dubai.
Sure. As a Pan-African lender, though, where's the money going to the most in the continent from this part of the world?
Look, it's across a number of sectors, right? So there's certainly a big theme in terms of the demographics of Africa. Consumer goods and services, an area of huge interest. Commodities, both in terms of mining and metals as well as agri-commodities. So, for example, Dubai has created the mechanisms through areas like the DMCC and as well as the financial hub that Dubai has become to finance and trade commodities as it relates to Africa, both in terms of imports and exports.
What about geographies, as in if you just look at the kind of deals that you're either potentially looking to bid down or you are helping to bid down in terms of the east of the continent, the west, or even the south, which regions in the continent would you say is attracting the most attention, or would you say it's across the board?
It really is across the board, right? So we've seen some really large investments take place between Dubai and Africa. So, for example, the DP World acquisition of Imperial, you would have seen DP World has also recently been granted the concession in Tanzania to operate the port, and there's been various other investments, not just by government-related organizations like DP World, but also in terms of private businesses and their investment activities in Africa. So going back to my earlier point, given the access that Dubai-based companies have to the capital base that's here in Dubai, opportunities are certainly amazing in Africa, and many of the Dubai-based companies are looking for these opportunities and to take advantage of these opportunities. So foreign direct investment is certainly a very important theme, particularly in the infrastructure space, in fact. So we've seen a huge amount of interest in renewable energy opportunities in Southern Africa, South Africa in particular, but also elsewhere around the continent.
And that perhaps would speak to trying to close a gap in which 600 million or so Africans still don't have access to sufficient and reliable power. But I also want to talk to you about what you are seeing in terms of how these transactions are being financed. It's specifically a question around currency, dollarization, and whether you are seeing a shift towards settlements more in local currency and a desire to do so to reduce input costs. What is happening internally within Absa? How are you responding perhaps to what clients are saying about that, and how are you thinking about moving forward?
Look, I think the challenges around currency risk and availability of dollars is an ongoing challenge, and we've seen that across many markets in Africa. And I think that is certainly something that is quite structural in nature. So, for example, if a country does not have a high volume of exports, right, its access to hard currency is therefore quite limited. And for the importers into that country to pay for goods and services in hard currency becomes hugely problematic. I think it's as I said, it's an ongoing issue. It's actually holding back a lot of trade and investment activities, and it is difficult even for a commercial bank to solution around dollar availability. Where we can help is trying to match importers and exporters, try to assist in terms of making liquidity available as and when it arises. And certainly one of the areas that we as ABSA are focused on is providing local currency financing to international companies that want to trade or invest in Africa. And that helps to some extent to ensure there's availability of